What if at 61 you can look and feel like your body is still gaining momentum? This is Matt Trammel, a man who continues to exercise actively, spends a lot of time outdoors, and monitors the changes in his body. But the most interesting thing about his story is not that he looks younger than his years. Another thing is much more important. There is no one secret remedy behind this form that you can buy at a pharmacy. His approach consists of several habits that he has maintained for years. And some of them are so simple that we usually don't even consider them part of a longevity strategy. Watch this video to the end. It will be interesting and useful. So, let's get started. First, Matt exercises regularly. But here, it is important not to reduce everything to a beautiful figure. After 40 to 50 years of age, physical activity becomes especially important not only for appearance, but also for maintaining the body's functionality. As a person ages, they naturally lose muscle mass and strength if they don't give their body enough exercise. And muscles are not just what makes the body athletic. They help maintain stability, support the ability to move independently, climb stairs, carry things, get up from a chair, and perform ordinary household activities without assistance. Therefore, one of the most useful things that can be learned from Matt is not the desire to look like a 20-year-old, but the desire to remain physically capable. At the age of 60, it's not the size of your biceps that matters, but whether you can easily climb several floors, sit down, pick up your bags, walk a few kilometers, and maintain a good balance. That is why, after the age of 40, it is especially wise to combine strength exercises with aerobic activity and regular walking. And here comes another interesting habit Matt has. He takes pictures of his figure to track the changes. At first glance, this may seem like an ordinary appearance story, but the idea of watching your progress is much more useful than it seems. A person often evaluates their condition based on their feelings, which can change from day to day. Today, it seems that nothing has changed, but after a few months, it turns out that the body has become noticeably stronger and fitter. Photos can work as a kind of reference point. Moreover, these do not necessarily have to be photos solely for the sake of aesthetics. You can periodically record your posture, body position, volume, or simply note how easy it is for you to perform certain exercises. For example, how much can you walk at a brisk pace? How many times can you calmly rise from a chair? Or how long can you maintain stability on one leg? Such indicators are sometimes much more informative than the numbers on the scales. Another important feature of Matt's lifestyle is that he spends a lot of time outdoors. And it's also much more than just a beautiful background for photos. A person is not an organism created solely to sit indoors in front of a screen. Most of the modern lifestyle is associated with prolonged sitting. Work, study, car, phone, computer, TV. As a result, you can formally exercise for an hour a day, but practically do not move for the other 10 hours. Therefore, it is useful to separate training and daily activity. You can go to the gym and then spend the whole day in a chair. Or you can add a walk to your workout, walk part of the way, go outside during a break, or take a walk after dinner. Such activity does not look impressive, but it is precisely from such small movements that the overall level of physical activity of a person is formed. But Matt has one feature that may be even more important than training. He accepts his age. It seems paradoxical. A person looks younger than his age and at the same time does not try to deny his own age. It's actually a pretty healthy position. Aging is a natural biological process. We can't stop it completely, but we can influence how long we maintain functionality, strength, and independence. The problem begins when a person turns age into a sentence. I'm already 50, so it's too late to start. I'm 60, so sport is no longer for me. After a certain age, it's normal to feel bad all the time. Such installations can imperceptibly reduce activity. A person moves less, tries less new things, gradually restricts himself, and as a result, he really loses his physical abilities faster. The next factor is the absence of bad habits. It sounds too simple. So many underestimate its importance. When a person is looking for the secret of youth, he wants to hear something unusual. A rare product, a special procedure, or a unique supplement. But sometimes one of the strongest factors is what a person consistently doesn't do. Smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, and other habits can negatively affect the body for years. Therefore, giving up on them is not boring textbook advice, but one of the basic investments in health. And here it is important to understand the principle of cumulative effect. One day of a healthy lifestyle is not able to fully compensate for years of bad habits, but the opposite is also true. Decades of relatively reasonable behavior are gradually shaping a completely different state of the body. Another component of Matt's lifestyle is optimistic thinking. And here it is important not to turn this into a magical statement that positive thoughts alone can stop aging. Of course, it doesn't work that way. But the psychological state is really related to how a person lives and what decisions they make. A person who perceives the future as something meaningless may gradually stop taking care of himself. Why train? Why walk? Why try something new? And a person with a more optimistic outlook often retains the feeling that there are still plans, interests, and opportunities ahead. Finally, change the goal itself. Don't try to look 25 at 60 at any cost. It is better to make sure that at 60, you feel like a capable person. You can move independently, maintain your strength, travel, do what you love, spend time outside, and not limit your life just because the number in your passport has increased. This is perhaps the most interesting part of the Matt Trammel story. Friends, what do you think of this man? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video that's currently appearing on your screen.